your rank in search does not matter anymore. Not only should you not waste your time and money having an AI do search engine optimization for you, but you might consider not even having a human do it for you anymore. Back in the day, having an online business really depended on your website. And it still does, but it's different now. The rules have changed. Have you noticed that if you go to Google and type something into search, this pops up? This is Google Gemini. It's eating your website and destroying your business. I'd be willing to bet that you got enough information from this particular box that you don't need to click to their website to find out what they were talking about. And that is how your viewers are viewing your website now. Popular AI tools like this one cost as much as $250 a month. That is fucking expensive for an AI tool. Take that from someone who builds AI tools. Why would it be that expensive? Well, probably because people sign up for it, use it for 1 month, say this is bullshit, why would I use this tool, and then cancel, right? So they have to charge a ridiculous amount of money in order to avoid going out of business. These AI SEO tools are trained on information that is old. It's not going to be able to adapt to swift changes that happen with the way websites are indexed, because these are trained once and then never again. Neural networks, they just don't learn information continuously like humans do, at least not yet. Anyway, and spending a ridiculously high amount of money to work on outdated information is just silly. And if you use SEO for your business, you probably have relied on content marketing in order to rank on websites. That's usually what people do. Now, I don't think blogging is going away, but you are going to have to change the way your blog is run going forward. It used to be that blogs were a way to offer free content to people who could come to your website. The point was they come to your website, they read your blog, they say, oh, this is a good idea. And then they click through your sales funnel to then become a client. I mean, not all of them, but a good, 3% or so of them. It sounds a little ridiculous if you don't blog, but it actually did work really well for a lot of businesses. And actually, a lot of people would make money by then allowing other companies to place ads on their blog. So they would get revenue from allowing ads, and then they would also get customers. That's how the business model of blogging worked for basically all of history until just now. To understand how to get around this and to give a big business like Google the finger, which I'm sure you would love to do, you need to understand the 3 different types of customers that you have. First type of customer, you have cold customers. These are the people that don't know you. They're new to your website. They've never bought anything from you before. That is who we used to build our blogs for, but that's not who we're building blogs for anymore. We need to talk about your second type of customer, which is your warm customer. Warm customers are the people who know that they need your product, but they might not know that they need you specifically. These are the people that we used to write the about page for, to try to convince them to work with our company specifically. If people go to Google and type, who should I hire for a landscaper in Phoenix, Arizona? Google Gemini is not going to come up and give them recommendations. It's going to be Thumbtack. It's going to be Yelp. It's going to be Angie's List. It's going to be that kind of thing, right? I would highly encourage you, regardless of the industry you're in, to have a Yelp page, because Yelp is now one of your funnels for marketing. Basically, you want to build your blog for the people who find you on Yelp. Tell them why they should hire you instead of Jim and Amanda down the road. All right, so we talked about cold customers and warm customers. Now let's talk about your hot customers. Okay, so aside from being incredibly good looking, these are the people who buy from your business repeatedly. Traditionally, bloggers did not write content for hot customers because they didn't see the point. Like, we know they're gonna call us back. We're trying to get more customers, not retain the old ones. But that is changing now. We should be building our blogs for customer retention. Going forward, blog content for existing customers should be kind of like a white paper for your company. The key to blogging in the age of AI is not to use an AI to create regurgitated bullshit for your website. It's to create original content. Your blog should be written for people who will only go to your website to look for it. And that is how you keep Google Gemini from taking your content. It needs to sound like a human wrote it, and it needs to be useful to only your customers and not a wide range of people. All right, so that brings me to the next part of search engine optimization, that you could completely destroy your business if you ask an AI to do it for you. Now that you're retooling your business to be for warm and hot leads, backlinks are different. There are AI tools that will generate backlinks for you, but they do not discriminate between quality and quantity. And when you're trying to key your website for customer retention, quality is important. We only want your returning customers to see your name in places that flatter your business. You need a human to develop the personalized relationships that this kind of a campaign would accomplish. You don't want backlinks from a website like this. You want backlinks from a website like this. Backlinks from a website like this could potentially ruin your business's credibility, whereas backlinks from a website like this is good for your business. Remember the good old days when Twitter was a social network for internet trolls and not just a Tesla advertisement? I used to loyally follow a few brands on Twitter because they just understood how Twitter worked. These giant companies, they would just troll each other. That's all they did on Twitter. It was hilarious, and it actually made me want to buy their product. Now, I don't know what teenagers were running the Twitter profiles for these particular brands, but it was well worth whatever they were paid. This is not something that you could replicate with AI. A truly good social media presence cannot be automated away because there's just something about a human touch. AI doesn't understand comedy, cultural nuances, or short-term trends. A good social media manager tackles all of those things, and for that, you need a human. See, watch this. Hey, ChatGPT, tell me a joke. Hey, ChatGPT, tell me a joke that's actually funny. Don't waste your time having an AI run your social media. All right, so this next tip will help you to not create paid content that people hate. There's nothing like waking up to 1,000 emails from people requesting a refund. Please do not use AI to build your product. Whether that's a course or an app or anything else, it might be appropriate to use AI as a supplement to assist a human, but do not let an AI do it for you. Large language models like Gemini or ChatGPT just predict the next word. They look at the probability of a word coming after another word. That's all they're doing. And so when you're looking at a giant scale of data like the entire internet, which is basically what we're at now, you're just going to end up with average content or the consensus, and that's boring. And it's also not going to be particularly complex because it's information that's already out there ready to be grabbed. Why would anyone pay for that? Listen, if you're going to create a product, you should not be aiming to be average. And that's what a large language model is going to give you. It is going to give you the average of all of the internet. And here's the other thing. It might actually be factually wrong. Okay, AI has told me things that are wrong before many times. So I think it's helpful to use AI as a tool for product development. I've used it before to troubleshoot code for me. So if you're building an app, that might be useful, but don't let it do the entire product for you. That's just asking for your business to self-destruct. Think for a moment about the one person in your company who could completely fuck up your entire business in the shortest amount of time. Who could wreck your reputation like that? Lucky for you, it's not the business owner. It's the sales guy. Have you ever met a really sleazy salesperson? Yeah, we all have. Companies drop sales agents off in my neighborhood all the time and just have them knock door to door, and they're trying to sell solar panels or security systems. One time it was some guy who was actually trying to sell running socks door to door. I don't know. But every time it happens, I briefly consider moving back to the street I grew up on. But regardless of how bad human salespeople truly suck, an AI would be so much worse. At least if a human makes your business look bad or promises stuff you can't deliver or, like commits outright fraud, you can fire them. But you can't fire an AI now, can you? That's your responsibility. That's on you. Okay, so now that I've told you what not to do, let's get into the second part of this video where I show you how to use AI correctly so that you can get so freaking rich that you'll use $100 bills as Kleenexes.